I'm streaming. Better put some music on, actually. Actually, that's not very... Give me a second.
It's hard to pick skills for my character because he's really bad at everything. That have to be skills that make sense.
Yeah, well, like I suppose in that, like in that scenario, you've got to sort of pick things that you can like easily sort of play off. If yeah.
And if somebody had really bad internet and they just decided to play a cyborg, it's because, you know...
Is my thing still sounding retarded?
No. Like, my internet just dicked out for a second, so it was... It should come back to normal now, I don't know. It keeps having these hissy fits where it just throws everything out the window and then goes mental. And now it comes back again. So yeah, I think I'll start the session then, because... so you've all given me new bios and stuff, which is good. So this is the first session where we're playing in the new rules, the Bod Rope rules, which has been a long time coming, but it's, finally we get to do the new stuff, which is awesome. And we get to do the bog standard Bod Rope as well, so there's no messing about with different rules and things like that for Star Wars, because I've had to change everything over. It's actually, Minerva's Cradle was the first thing to have the Bod Rope, so I can just open the normal Bod Rope and it's all there, which is good.
Good.
Yes.
Except space combat.
Except space combat, but I'm thinking we can just fudge that, because it's not really about space combat, it's more about, you know... or I can let somebody else write space combat, I don't really care. So, I know what people are into that more than I am. So probably get it right. Like, the science geeks are probably like, no, it takes 17,000 neutrons of power to get to... You know, I can be like, oh, okay, that's quite cool. Whereas I just don't know, so...
I don't care about that.
Yeah. I'll probably give it to Tom. Tom will just be like, yes, well, let's calculate the force of this trajectory object and see where it is. Like, oh. Tom and Matt.
There's a book my friend gave me that I haven't read yet, but one of it is going to be fighting in space, like having minutes in between shots hitting and trying to figure out where everything is, and like conversations happening, like, well, did they move this way or did they move that way?
Yeah, and that's what I liked about when you talking about Mass Effect and stuff like that, when he said, you know, you don't pull the trigger on a weapon in the starship unless the computer gives you a firing line, or somehow someone's gonna have a fucking bad day when they get hit in the head by this massive big like 10,000 years later, this neutron purge missile just slams into some guy's truck, you know, on a planet like 90 million trillion miles away, because it doesn't slow down in space. Because some knobhead didn't think he was trying to fire a bullet. But yeah, okay. So everyone's crash landed on a planet called Relic at the moment. So Mara, Alice, Shurik, and Caesar, you are all outside of the ship, milling around, and you can see a.
Be glad that.
You can see a massive. Looks like an arena / temple with a with two mopeds on either side of it, just like giant scrap mopeds with fire belching out of them, out of their exhaust. And that's the only landmark you can see around you. In fact, I'll pull you over to the. So we're looking at this at the moment. So you know, this is the kind of landscape you're looking at when you're over there. You're doing your thing.
Oh, nice.
You know.
Okay.
So, what do you guys want to do?
Who's got the best perception?
Probably me.
I would say roll perception.
Okay, I'll look around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can see that there are like a bunch of these like suborbital vessels in orbit that are they look pretty full, and they're going to and from this massive structure. You guys just got past the blockade coming in because you jumped in behind it somehow, using your incredibly advanced engine that you have in the Ultor. You jumped in behind this ring of ships that have cordoned off Relic. So, yeah, what do you want to do? Because you can see they're going in and out, and you can see trucks going along the sands, along the blasted landscape to and from this massive structure, and you can hear cheering coming from inside.
Alice, I guess you don't know much about this place, really, and what it stands for.
I don't, not really, but sort of we can always approach and find out. Sort of, it doesn't appear to be sort of restricted in any way.
Are you suitably impressed by the statues on either side, or is Alice just not really bothered about them?
She's seen better.
She's seen better.
Seem bigger.
Including the flames. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we'll head out then. Just walk down.
Are there like guards patrolling?
How far away is it?
It's about half a mile. There are guards patrolling, like from what you can see through your binoculars. There are a few guards patrolling, but they're not like they're more like just making sure no one is causing any trouble. They're not blocking entry for anyone walking in. And the people walking in don't seem like nobles or anything. They're just like people in ragtag. You know, there are a few creatures there that you've never seen before that are like, you know, they have like huge, big sponson things on there, got green skin, and they're about like 7 to 8 foot tall. And they're massive. And there are like smaller creatures walking around, and all different types of humanoids. That, you know, aliens aren't a big thing in Minerva's Cradle, so everyone's pretty much a humanoid. Even the Sevatar are human looking, but with horns and just massive. So, you know, these guys, they look to you like orcs, dwarves, elves, you know, those sort of fantasy races, but in this sort of setting. I'm not saying that Shuruk would know what those are. I'm just saying that that's what they look like in your mind's eye, so you get a better picture of what they look like. And they're just all milling around. There are humans there as well.
Okay. Alright, well, if anyone has any objections, I'd say we head out.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's go.
Mara, any objections?
Are we on the outside of our ship right now?
Yeah.
Okay, is there a way that we could, like, secure it somehow, like stop anyone from...
You can just lock it. I doubt anyone here is going to have the tools to...
Okay,
you know...
that sounds good.
Because the way the Ultor is, I doubt anyone in Minerva's Cradle could unlock it if you didn't want them to, or if Silas didn't want them to. So I doubt anyone on Relic is going to be able to.
Okay. Just making sure. Then, in that case, I'm fine with it.
Okay. So, yeah, we're gonna head down then.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you guys are walking through the landscape, and no one's really giving you a second glance. And you get to this massive temple, and you're stopped by a few guards on the outside. And one of them's like this one green-skinned bloke, and he basically just says, "Pretty fancy weapons, you off-worlders."
Yeah, thank you.
He says, "Well, word of caution. We've only been a planet open to outworlders for a couple of decades, all right? So, get into any trouble, you know, cause any trouble in there, we'll hurt you. If somebody attacks you, then, you know, it's alright to defend yourself."
Gotcha. Thanks for the information.
Well, have fun. Welcome to Moped City. And this opens up the door for you.
Okay. And walk through.
Okay. You are assailed by a smell of like stale sweat and beer and smoke, and just like comes straight at you. And you actually walk straight out onto what looks like an amphitheater that surrounds a fighting pit, and it's got about 50,000 people, and they're just sitting around. And in the fighting pit, there are two massive green humanoids just beating the living shit out of each other, and people generally cheering them and trying to bet on the outcome and what's going on.
Hmm.
I don't know if anyone else has followed you in.
I followed him.
Yeah.
Cause,
Yeah. I followed.
yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. We'll cut away for a second to David, subject FR057. You're sitting here, you're looking terrified as you're around all this crowd, but you came here looking for information, trying to get back off world again. And at the moment, you're just absolutely perplexed at the amount of people in this place and how they're not all just running for the hills, trying to get away from each other. But you see this group enter, and you can tell just by looking at them. I can roll perception actually, just to see.
Right. My perception is now. Hold on. Sorry. Is 8.
Okay. It's okay.
Oh.
You can tell that these guys are from a spaceship of some sort. They've come from off world, and that's what you've been looking for since you've sat down, basically.
So I'm. Is there a wall around the pit, or is it just kind of open?
Yeah, there's a wall around the pit.
So I'm going to be kind of hugging the wall, trying to stay out of sight as much as possible, and just general mumbling to myself like, "It's okay, it's okay, it's okay." Just that's it. And I'm sort of slowly edging towards them, but being as stealthy as possible. And he's got all the shadow hugging and advanced sneaking, so I'm being pretty stealthy against this wall.
Mm-hmm.
And moving around to kind of get close enough to listen to them, but I don't want them to see me because I don't know if they're related to the people who had me before.
Okay. Okay, so
just move towards them.
yeah, it's fine. You don't need to roll for that. No one's really paying much attention to you.
Yep.
What are the group doing? What are you guys doing now you're in this place?
Gonna be looking at Alice, saying what are we here for?
Just like a quick recap of last session, did we break a few things on our ship and we're looking for repairs? Is that am I right in thinking
You're looking for 3 components. I downed it to 3 when I rolled after the session.
Yeah.
Because your ship's pretty much okay.
Yeah.
So you just need 3. This should be pretty easy to come by on a scrap planet like this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking around to see if there are any sort of sort of merchants or sort of outlets around here. Maybe.
Not in here. You can't see them in here. No.
Priority.
Okay. Okay.
Is there anything might denote where someone important might be? So anywhere in the scrap pile that less scrappy than the rest of it? That makes sense.
Less scrappy. You're gonna have to go outside of the amphitheater to find that, because the amphitheater is quite enclosed, and it's not the kind of place where you can just, look around. It's enclosed, and the only thing that's a focal point is the stuff in the middle. That's people fighting in there.
Okay. I guess we'll head through them. Outside.
Yeah.
So yes.
Cool. Right, that's fine. So, where are you going? Because I've not heard anything from anyone. Everyone's just standing there silent, apparently, not doing anything. So,
I was thinking maybe
Um,
we should split up or something. Like the person with the better charisma and Mara go look for our parts.
mhm.
And the other two just kind of look around the amphitheater thing and see
Drink
what
beer.
they can see, I suppose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Drink
sounds
beer.
good.
I like the sound of that.
all right.
Lazy boys.
It's
You're,
a fight pit. What do you expect? Sure.
So Alice is the one with good charisma, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, yeah, you two go look for that. Me and
Mhm.
Caesar will party it up.
Yeah, sure. I'll hand you a list of parts before you leave, Mara. Just so you know what you're looking for.
All right.
we meet back here in I don't know, an hour.
So
Yeah,
I'm
sounds good.
assuming that everything that was erased since we switched to the bot group. So Caesar doesn't owe me money anymore, probably. Is that how that works?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. I'll just say he paid me back at some point, I guess.
How much did he owe you?
I don't know, like 1,000.
Okay, take 1,000. You get that back. So
Oh, okay.
he doesn't have to pay it, but you get it back.
So you owed me a
Yay. Alright, so I guess I'll look for a place that looks like it might have parts.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll go with Mara.
Mm.
All right. Shirk's gonna make his way over to the bar.
Okay.
Same.
All right. So
Get a
we'll
drink.
stick with the guys. Mara and Alice leave, like disgruntled slightly. These two guys who just want to sit off and fucking drink all day. And Shurik and Caesar, like you come across these like orc women at the bar who are generally just drinking and giving like both of you like pretty much the eye, like the evil eye over there. And FR057, you've seen the group split off into two, so you've got a decision to make which one you want to approach to try and
the
secure.
less threatening ones. Definitely the less threatening looking one. So I'm following Mara and Alice out. But
Okay.
still being like quiet and like, you know, I still want to listen in a bit, figure out who they are before I come up to them.
Okay, so you leave with them. That's fine. So we'll stay at the bar for now. And there's a troll behind the bar, just like wiping the bar down. When I say troll and orc and things, it's just what they look like. You know, they're not actually those races. But then he's just wiping the bar down, and he's sort of, you know, he's not giving anyone any sort of special attention. He's just.
Okay. So I'm gonna say, hey barkeep,
He goes, huh?
2 pints, please.
Of what?
Your local ale.
He looks underneath. He goes, I got squidgins and squidgins de malt. It's French.
Which one's better?
He looks down. He's like, squidgins is all right, and squidgins de malt is posh squidgins.
All right, the squidgins.
He pulls out this like fucking grog shit from, and it's like one of those old pumps that you don't just switch on. You gotta like pump it out with your hand, like just backwards and forwards. And he's got this like massive tankard. And he goes, "That'll be 5 scrap, please." He puts it down.
5 scrap.
No, you don't. You have credits.
That's why I was questioning. I was like, 5 scrap. Do you take credit?
He goes, and scratches his tusk. And the woman, just one of the women says, "You know what? I'll cover this," and she gets you your drink. And he goes, "Oh, thanks, Marie. I don't know what a credit is." And then goes back to like wiping the bar down.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
cheers then. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Caesar, what do you want to do?
Guess we'll start drinking.
Well, you only got one beer. He doesn't. He's got a pint of grog. You don't have anything yet.
I asked for 2 pints.
Oh, did you?
You
Okay.
only asked for 2.
Yeah.
So
That's
One for
10.
each of us.
that's what I'm saying. Can I roll for ugliness for the women?
Well, that would be. That would be my.
Well, the
Okay.
more
let's
grog
see.
you drink.
Probably
the
I was gonna
prettier
say it
they'll
probably
be.
depends on how drunk you are.
First one is. She's pretty hot, actually. And. Can you see what I rolled there? Or is that just.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
And second one is. Oh, this the ugly friend. Okay. So, yeah, so if you want to pull, like, one of you is going to have to be the honourable wingman and talk to the ugly friend, whilst the other one. Like,
Jump on the grenade. So,
yeah, jump on that old grenade.
I guess we'll start drinking first, won't we, Shark?
Yeah,
See
they'll
what's
look
on the
better
wall.
after we start drinking.
Alright.
Definitely.
So, do body rolls for me, but take a plus 50 debuff.
Body, strength, vitality. What are we doing? Because they're new.
Be vitality.
Okay.
Good.
So 101 and 104. So you both. I'm gonna snap forward to like about 2 hours later, and Shuruk, you got the arm around the ugly one, just like. And Caesar just got his head in between the tits of the other one, just waterboarding. Just, you know,
I'm so glad that Alice and I left.
Waterboarding is something else entirely.
oh yeah, motorboating. Yeah,
Motorboating. That's what you're thinking.
yeah.
Motorboating. Oh my god.
Being
Motorboating.
waterboarded.
I've never done that before, so I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
So yeah, that's basically what's going on.
Okay.
Oh.
And so yeah, those are your one drinks. So we'll go outside now to FR057, and you're following Mara and Alice, trying not to look like a stalker in any way, shape, or form. So Mara and Alice, you are now outside, in the sun. So you know it's pretty hot. It's close to midday.
Ugh.
And you know you're getting horribly sunburnt as you're walking, but you can see like all sorts of traders and things like around the place, just around this theatre. And there's there's actually a puppet show going on. It's not a puppet show; it's more of like a play that's going on for people. I mean, it's like you know, just orcs and like blokes just all sort of on this little stage, just like they're enacting like people who are the saviors of the planet, being led by an orc chieftain to save the planet. This is about 50 years ago. It's about like a local legend, you know. And they're reenacting like firefights and things like that, and people like licking people's faces and all sorts. So it's like, you know, and they're all having a clap and a jeer at all people, and are generally having a nice time.
Okay. There I am about.
What?
Can we even tell?
No, well, you're not from here, so I don't know what's going on with people's internet today, but I don't know. People keep cutting out like mental. Just going.
Everything sounds fine to me.
Yeah.
Might be
Mine's-
yours.
Mine's
It's
a
a
bit
little
choppy.
laggy on my side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to ignore the crazy people.
Yeah. I mean,
On
there's no real
stage
need
and-
for you to. You know.
Well, you mentioned it. So I thought.
Yeah, you're just applying the scene so you can see what's around.
Yeah.
Yeah, like sort of. I think Alice will sort of like walk past it, but you know, sort of look at it like curiously, but not pay too much attention.
Fair enough. So you walk on, you can see like junk traders, and finally you come to spaceship parts and things like that. People, you know, places that have crashed, like ships that have crashed over the past.
All right. And any of the parts we need.
Yeah, you can go over there and do that if you want. Up to you.
What?
Right.
I can't even. I can't hear what you want, so I can't even respond because. So say it again.
Do I see the parts we need?
Again, it seems to be completely fine until you start talking, and then it goes. I'm just like, okay, great.
Can you see any of the
No, can't hear you either. So I think my internet's just being fucking stupid.
I'll type it.
I already typed it.
You wouldn't know by just glancing at it what you'd need. You know, we're just gonna call them parts 1, 2, and 3 so that we don't have to get bogged down in technical stuff. So you know what they're called, you just don't know what they look like.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. It seems to have stopped shitting a brick for
Okay.
some reason.
Okay. Well, then I guess I will ask if they have the parts we need, since I can't tell what they look like. I guess our technical guy is getting drunk with random Oracle chicks. So
Yeah.
Man, I thought this one through.
I'm saying waterboarding's now a thing. Because motorboating is when you do it with a human, and waterboarding is what you do with an orc.
What are they just lactating nonstop?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's
Ew.
awful. That is so awful.
God.
Yeah. It's going to be a really distinct smell of butter on the ship for the next couple of weeks. Anyway,
Freaking Caesar.
okay. I'll let Alice do the talking since, you know, charisma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there a sort of main merchant that I can see, or is it just sort of a sort of like loads of like small like people selling like one or two things?
Yeah, there are there's like 4 or 5 different merchants of spaceship parts. People crash here all the time, trying to make it to the planet, you know, and they get blown apart, and then stuff falls in through the atmosphere, and they scoop it all.
Yeah. Okay. But there's no distinctive sort of like most dominant one, if that makes sense.
No.
Okay, then I'll just approach the closest one.
Alright, it's a dwarf with goggles on, like wearing a wearing like a jumpsuit, and he's just like walking around, like hammering different things into different orifices of machines, and he's just pulling things apart and different bits of technology, and he's stripping down wires. He has an assistant there as well who's generally barking orders at, who is an elf. And
Okay.
So what do you want to do?
Okay. Excuse me. I'm looking for parts 1, 2, and 3. Just those names. Just.
Okay. He basically just says he just scratches his chin and is like, "Yeah, I've got parts like that. For what model ship you want them?"
Marva.
Voltor?
For a frigate?
Yeah.
He goes, "Listen, love, there are only Oh, let's count them. On my last manifest, 18,786 different types of frigate in this galaxy. So, help me out.
Okay, what are the most advanced ones that you have?
He goes, those would be the 5.0 classes. Very high end, very expensive. So expensive I don't even hold them here at the store.
Okay. What were you gonna say, Alice?
Are there any of these parts that are sort of like one size fits all? Because we've got sort of a very sort of obscure frigate.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, the 8-9 series will probably do you a whole world of good. If you can get an 8-9 series across the board, they'd fit pretty much any ship, depending on what you're looking. Well, those parts definitely. They're not crucial on their own, but altogether being out of a ship, yeah, I can see why you've come to me. You needed new ones.
Ah, thank you. Do you have any 890s?
He looks and he says, "I do indeed." He goes, he turns around to his assistant and goes, "Go fetch the parts," and he gives him the keys and goes into like the warehouse that's behind him and fetches out 3 parts that look decidedly like what Caesar was telling you to go and get. Are these the ones you're looking for?
Yeah,
Well,
looks those.
Yeah, we don't know what we're looking at, but I'm gonna say probably.
Just act confident. Yeah. Those look right.
Goes, all right. That'll be, I'd say, 5,000 each.
Ooh, that.
I don't like teeth drying. If you're a teeth dryer, go to another stall.
You have to admit, though, those prices are pretty steep.
Yeah, well, no one else has a D14 hyperdrive, I promise you. No, I mean,
Are you Marcus from Borderlands now?
yeah.
What a Starboard.
So no. He's like, I'm the only person around here with these parts, so, you pay my prices or go and get a Jedi to do it for you. Or win a pod race.
But surely,
that'd probably do it.
but surely, let's be reasonable. We're buying sort of them as a set. Can't you give us some form of discount for taking 3 off your hands at once?
He's like, oh. Well, I have had these parts for a while. 4,000 each.
Time to use sex appeal.
Yeah.
Okay, that gives you a minus 40 to your flash check.
Flash.
Yeah. Your charisma check, basically. I forget flashes.
Okay. Yeah. Is there anything else we can do to sort of negotiate? Oh God.
Oh my god. Mara's like, whoa.
Just roll. So you get minus 50, isn't it? Minus 50, did it say?
40.
40, yeah.
Something.
So roll D100, try and get underneath your charisma with a minus 40. I'll let you re-roll that.
Okay.
Okay.
There we
So he's like suitably impressed by your bosom, and is like, I don't know. I suppose it does get pretty lonely out here. Tell you what, you come in here with me, give me 10 minutes of your time, I'll probably give you them for about 500 each.
Go Alice! Woo!
Wow. I sort of give Mara a sort of knowing glance, and like shake his hand.
Okay. So he's gonna like just disappear to the back room. So he's left the door open, so you can go back there with him if you wish.
No.
Okay. So he's gonna shake his hand and leave him there.
Well.
Good luck with that discount.
Well, like. Sorry.
So go on, yeah, go on. What are you gonna do?
Well, like sort of. I presume sort of like we sort of. Have we like made the transaction?
No.
Okay.
It's waiting until after.
Yeah, I mean,
Until after.
to be fair, I would not be in this situation, but if I was in the situation, I would be waiting until afterwards as well. I mean, why would you not?
Yeah.
You wouldn't just go, oh yeah, take the parts. What do you mean, no sex? You know, it'd be like...
Yeah.
To be fair,
Fine,
for
then,
all
like,
you know,
I'll sort of, yeah.
he might be just challenging you to a game of backgammon for 10 minutes because he's really, really bored.
True, and I do like backgammon.
Yeah.
Then yeah, like I'll sort of go in the back,
Alright, so when you go in the back room,
and I hope he doesn't.
you see he's like stripped down, like naked, and you're like, oh no. And he basically sits at this Texas Hold'em table that he set up, and he goes, so are you dealing or am I?
I can deal.
Yeah, okay. And basically, we just roll off to see intelligence to see who wins.
Yeah.
Strip
let's
poker.
have-
I get a 63.
Cool.
So
He's already
Okay.
stripped.
yeah, he doesn't care about her seeing him naked. He wants to see her naked. So you win the first one. It's like, oh
Yep.
dear me. Guess I'll have to take off my socks. Oh shit. Okay. So,
What?
yeah.
How many pieces of clothing is Alice actually wearing?
Like she's just wearing a dress and underwear, isn't she?
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be the dress then.
Or what about the
Yeah.
shoes? Yeah.
You can do.
Oh
shoes.
yeah, true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's with me.
He's like, oh you tease. Do you know when you get to a point in your life and you're thinking, what am I doing?
Yeah. I
one of
know
those-
exactly what you mean.
I think I've just hit that moment. So
Playing strip poker with Jacob.
yeah, he's just like, well, I guess I lose again, and just takes his glasses off, his goggles. Oh shit. Oh, he's getting a bit disheartened now because you're a better poker player than he is. Yeah, definitely. Oh no. He's happy now. He's happy. He's rubbing his hands together with glee.
Do you have anything in your hair, Alice? You just keep fucking
no.
with him. Oh, okay.
No.
Do you have bracelets or earrings?
Or yeah, jewelry.
I suppose I've got sort of some earrings in.
He's like, oh, come on. You got like 5 more hands, and then he'll lose his patience in 5 more hands.
Okay.
So, oh,
That's the dress.
that's the dress.
Yeah. That's the dress. That's the dress.
Okay.
Oh no.
What?
Alright. Do you have socks? You're wearing boots, so it's boots.
Yeah.
Alright. So we take the socks off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you should be able to beat that.
Well, judging by like my last re-roll.
Okay,
I do.
that's fine. I'm gonna say another roll because he's getting like pretty. You know.
Yeah, Thanks.
Another 2 rolls. This one and then another one. Ah, yeah, you should be able to beat that as well. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, one more roll. Ooh.
Ooh.
No.
Ah.
He just like flips the table over and goes, "Oh, you fucking false sport!" And he goes, "I'll take 1,500." And he goes, "I'm gonna go in the other room and get out." And this
I'll
goes,
be in my bunk.
Yeah. So yeah.
I redress and leave.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're now outside and the parts are waiting for you, but you need to pay them 1,500 credits.
Yeah. Mara, if I get these, then you can just pay me back.
Let's see.
I think Mara will be thinking she already owes you enough after what you've just been through. To be honest with you.
Okay.
I have about 1,400, so I can help pay. How about we go halves and make Caesar and Shirk pay us back?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Right. So you now have your parts, and
Yeah.
subject FR 507. 057. You've seen this thing going on, and they're walking towards you now with their parts. Hello. David.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you for a second.
Oh.
They've got the parts and they're walking away, right?
They're walking towards you with the parts that they've got now.
I'm trying to look very, nondescript. Although I have a feeling they're not. I don't think that they're Black Star because Black Star people don't generally need to go buy parts.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna. Who's leading and who's following of you two?
They're both together, I'd say. No, I can see. It's up to you.
All right.
One of you can lead if you want.
I don't know. I think we're probably just walking.
I don't know, like,
normal.
yeah. I'm just telling Mara how sort of about that focus. That's it, really.
All right, well, as you guys like, I kind of don't look at you as you kind of go past me, but then as you go past, I kind of turn around and like tug on probably Mara's sleeve
Mm-hmm.
a little bit.
Oh. Okay.
Mara, you seen this like disheveled like man, just all in black, like he's got like armor on, but he looks like a merc, like a standard merc. You know, you've come across loads of them in your time.
The armor's a bit covered in rags, so it doesn't stand out too much.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, just tugged on your sleeve.
So I'll turn. Hey.
Are you guys? And I'm kind of looking around a lot as I'm talking. Are you guys trying to leave?
Yeah, that's the idea.
Well, if you try to leave, they'll shoot you, and I'm just going to point at the ships that are floating around the Black Star ship.
Mhm.
They'll shoot you down if you try.
Okay, it's something to consider.
If you guys will help me leave, I can get you past them. I need to go with you. I need to leave.
What do you think, Alice? Maybe bring him back to Dirk and Caesar.
Yeah.
Discuss it. Okay.
Yeah. Let's just
right.
Let's just.
Yeah, come with us, and we'll all decide what to do, because you do bring up a good point.
All right. Let's switch back to the bar. Caesar and Shuruk, take a -80 to your next body check, and rolling to see what your next drink does to you. Yeah. So you guys are generally like half naked, unconscious, lying on the bar with these orc women, just like lying on top of you. And there's like drinks everywhere, and these orc women have shown you like they've paid for all of your drinks, but you're just like comatose and just near shallowly breathing, like hardly breathing at all. And Mara, Alice, and FR057, they walk back into the towards the bar, and Mara and Alice like giving subject FR the cell, saying, oh well, it's a good ship, good crew, very dependable, and then they look at the two guys in the bar, and you guys can react how you want.
Are we still drunk?
I wasn't really listening. I'm just kind of like trying to stay out of sight while still like not actively running away from them. But the people being unconscious is making it a little easier for me.
You guys are unconscious, yeah. You're not conscious.
Like the bar being full of passed out people is making it a little easier for me to be around them.
I'm just going to like facepalm right now. Like, oh my god, like what? Like I might expect this from Shirk a little bit, but
just a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you party with the Shirk.
In the third person now, okay. That's what we're doing now.
Your new catchphrase. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. His intelligence got so much lower. He's now referring to himself as the Shirk.
I think I will give the closest one a bitch slap. Because
That would be me, I guess.
Yep. Do a strength check, Alice, to see if you can come up.
Yep.
No.
No.
Hit your hand.
We'll have a lovely print on his face for later, though. So.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to dump water on their faces.
He goes, the guy behind the bar goes, hey, the humans can't take the grog. I don't know what this one is, though. And he taps Shuruk.
Yeah. Oh my god.
He locks eyes with Alice and says, "My God, it's the Prophet!" And then he gets down on like one knee and there's like
Okay.
If people start looking towards this way, then I'm gonna kind of curl back into the shadows, hide and watch.
I go. Sir, you prophet? What? Prophet?
You were sent here by Stan, yes?
Yes.
He goes, marvelous, and he just gets face down on one knee. And he says, "Well, come with me. I have something to show you."
Okay, I'll bring these guys along, shall I?
You can if you wish. That is your world, your inheritance.
Mara, help me move
Yeah.
these guys.
Wake them up.
Good
We're
luck
not moving Shirk.
Yeah. Okay, let's
Mara-
just leave him then.
Mara is a weakling in the bod rope, so
Yeah.
I'm not moving anybody.
Yeah. Okay. Then let's leave them, but you can come. But like, Alice sort of looks.
Can we wake
at
them
you
up?
To sort of, like, come along with her.
Yeah, you can wake him up. You can just shake him until you wake up.
All right, I'll do that.
Yeah, they wake up eventually.
Oh, what?
Shut the fuck
with
up.
me?
Shut the fuck up, Shirk. Just come with us. I don't want to hear anything from you right now.
Oh. Okay.
Woo, party! Yeah. He's just gonna smash his drink on the floor. Into people.
And another bitch slap for you.
Okay. Yeah. You can do a body a strength roll if you want. Yeah, that's better. Like a solid slap.
Yeah.
The troll just turns around and goes, "So these are your disciples, I take it. The first of many."
That's a curious choice of the word.
He says, "Alright, well come with me."
Yep, okay, I'll follow.
Okay, he leads you into like a back room, and you can see there's like pictures and audio tapes and videos taken from CCTV footage of Stan, the guy you recognise as Stan, and his a party of adventurers that he was with, and different things that they did in Relic and things like that. And that you can see this guy's been collecting lots of information.
So is it footage? Can we all see this?
Yeah, you can all see it. Yeah.
Is Alistair there?
Alistair is there, yes, on these tapes, and each of them has like a plinth in his in this quite big room. And he says, "Yes, that was these were the first disciples of Stan." And he turns around and says, "Cerise the Slutty," and the stake points to this woman on a plinth, and he was he goes through a few more, and he goes, Oruk, like Overlord of Relic. Because he was the only Overlord to actually unite the planet, before he was killed. Yes. And he looks over towards Alistar's statue, and you all recognise it's Alistar. It looks like a very idealised version of Alistar. And he goes, "And Alistar, the stupid."
Oh, that motherfucker.
These are the words.
Alistair's gonna haunt the shit out of him.
These are the words as passed down by Stan. This is what we must call them.
Definitely laughing.
Alistar's ghost is gonna kill Stan's ghost. Totally gonna happen.
Yeah, Shirk's gonna burst into laughter.
He says, "And this plinth is for you. It is empty for the next coming of the soul shard of Stan."
Okay.
And he says, "This planet was Stan's. He embodied everything about Relic. Everything that was good and innocent and pure about Relic, he embodied. And he led his group to his party, if you will, to save the planet." And he has like a tear in his eye, he wipes it away. And he just says, "And I have something of his to pass on to you." And he goes into the back room, and he anoints the doorway that he's going to go through with sacred onions and like waters, and starts like saying prayers. And then he gets royally stoned on a bong that's nearby and blows it out. And only when he's prepared does he open the door, and you can see a single light coming out that looks like a torchlight. And he goes in and he wheels out this large moped that looks like it's got lightning like playing off its surface and actually crackling and sizzling all around it. And he wheels it to you and says, "Her hotness is now yours." And he goes, "Never press the red button. Never ever press the red button."
Oh, I remember when I pressed the red button.
I remember I pressed the red button too. God damn it.
I was not around for the red.
Yeah, there's like 3 characters here. Like, what the fuck? Like two characters like
Yeah.
blue nose.
So
I
angry.
I think I was listening to that
right,
one.
right.
I vaguely remember something like that.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
He says, one more thing. And he gets something from his jacket pocket. Says, this is the echo memory of Stan. It's like a data slate. And he says, when you're ready, slot it into any device and the truth will be revealed to you of your heritage and where you come from.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
He says,
gosh.
I would cover this up so that no one sees you. If they do, there may be a euphoria on the streets, and I doubt you will ever leave Relic. Because they will prop you up in some palace somewhere and feed you grapes until you burst, if you wish to leave. I know Stan has plans for you elsewhere. You don't need to justify yourself to me, Prophet.
I appreciate your understanding.
He says, if you should ever need anything, I am the law keeper. And I bows. You can tell that Shuruk and Caesar, you guys can tell that he was putting on an act before by being, he's not like that at all. He's like, like an agent of some sort.
Caesar's quite disappointed about that.
Yeah.
So,
What happened to the barkeep from before?
So what? You're an agent?
we like the barkeep. Bring him back.
Mara's gonna
Rogue.
look back at them like, both of you shut the fuck up. Like, she's still very annoyed by, having to do all the, like, her and Alice having to do all the work and coming back to find them drunk, passed out with whores. So.
He basically says, I have some grog here for you if you'd like to take some with you.
I'd love to take some with me, and then I'm gonna snack.
No, there's
Thank
two,
you.
there's 2 full barrels and the recipe is there too. So you can...
Okay, I'm gonna put the barrels on my back.
Okay.
Whoa, what was that?
What? Oh, sorry. I just worked out what that happened.
She just pressed the red button
No,
for the fuck of it.
no. I've set up this like external board with macros to like roll all the buttons,
Oh, yeah.
all the dice and what have you, and I accidentally sort of just like pushed a load of the buttons. That's what happened.
Alright. So you guys are free to leave. Like he basically he covers up the moped and gives it to you. Subject FR057, have you gone into the room with them or have you stayed outside?
I stay outside.
Okay.
He does not want
guess
to be
we'll-
in a tight enclosed space with people that he's only met half of and only just recently.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so we're gonna leave and I'll be like, okay. We all need to talk about something.
I'm still like hiding. I've not come out yet because I'm still like very nervous around Shirk and Caesar. I'm nervous around you too as well, just not as much.
Yeah.
What do we need to talk about? We got grog.
So-
We're going back to the ship.
Just
Oh, but
okay. So we met someone on the way back who brought up a very good point. If we try to leave, they are going to shoot at us. So we need to figure out what to do with that first of all. And he also says that he can help us to get past them, to get past Black Star. So what do you two think about that?
At this point, he's going to slowly slink out of the shadows, just like nervously.
Shirk's gonna walk up to him, right,
he's going-
right in his face, and look
He's
up and
going
down.
to back up a lot, like up against the nearest wall, and like start trying to slide against the wall away from him.
He seems skittish. How do we know we can trust him?
Do you have any better ideas as to how to get past Black Star?
Well, what's his name? was. Who is he? Where did he come? Where did you meet this guy?
We met him on the way back. He offered to help us get past Black Star in exchange for getting him off of this planet. So we didn't want to make any decisions without talking to you two first.
Where does he need to go?
He's still just staring at Shirk and like sliding away because Shirk scares the living hell out of him.
Shirk's just gonna kind of get down to his level and be like, "Where do you need to go?"
I don't know, just away from them, and he's gonna point up. We're still technically indoors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's just pointing up.
Well, he doesn't seem like he can pose a threat to us. I'd be okay with it. Drop him off at the nearest space station.
Yeah, me too. Why not? More the merrier.
And yeah, what is your name actually?
What's the name?
What should we call you?
And he's just gonna pull back his sleeve a bit, like roll back his sleeve, and then there's just a tattoo with a barcode and the word subject FR057.
I'ma call him 57.
I'ma call him Frank.
I'm call him Fred. Let's all call him different names.
I'll call him Hyphen.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway,
Well,
what's your plan for getting past Black Star?
I know the code that lets you pass the ship. I stole the codes.
So
How likely is it that they're aware you stole the code?
They don't know. They didn't know that I knew what codes were. They didn't know that I knew it.
Are they looking for you?
Wait, guys, let's continue this conversation elsewhere, shall we?
all right, sounds good.
Because
Okay, back to the
it is
ship.
like, yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So you guys don't meet any resistance. You can go to the ship and leave Relic behind if you want.
Yeah.
And I'm hiding hiding as much as possible as we're going.
All right. So Caesar, you are down in the engineering deck. Need to make 3 intelligence rolls for each. So 1 for each of the parts that you've got. It's fine. 1's installed. 2's installed. 3's installed. And that is a crit. So I'm going to give you a free reroll if Mara fails to jump out of the system.
Okay.
So Mara pulls the ship up, and subject FR057, you see Relic fall away behind you, and you guys can see this as you're just coming over. It looks kind of beautiful from the top, so not so much when you're at ground level, obviously, but from the top it's very nice. And you guys switch around, and you're going to have to run towards the actual blockade now.
Okay.
All right.
I tell Mara the codes,
Okay.
and then I kind of like slink back to a corner.
Okay, Mara, you have the codes.
Okay. So I'll enter the codes when I need to.
Okay, you're gonna need to enter them now, so you can.
Now,
So you're transmitting them, constantly.
Okay.
So just do that, and
Yeah.
be fine. So that they're now in. I'm gonna just roll to see. Oops, shit. Okay, so you get past the blockade, and you can. These aren't just Black Star as well. These are like several different corporations that are barring access because they want to raid the planet and take all of its stuff. Because Relic has, probably the highest degree of Earthborn tech in the galaxy ever seen. So, different corporations are buying different parts of the land to come and strip it clean, basically. And Black Star's one of them. But with your Black Star code, you get past part of the blockade, but the 3 Juggernauts see through your disguise, basically, as you've gone past them, and they lance you with fire. So, are you going to need to roll 3 perception checks for me?
Okay.
You already passed them. You just need to avoid these and then go straight into FTL. Ah, that's all right. You just don't get them. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, so you can just go straight into FTL now. Just do your jump.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine. And now select where you want to go on the galaxy map. We will plonk it here. Right, I'm gonna go to the toilet for a second.
Okay.
See, guys, Relic wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
Shirk and Caesar, like, yeah.
So hungover.
We got 2 barrels of grog. We're fine.
Right on. Okay.
Hungover
Right.
for
So,
the
Fred, is there any way you...
Caesar's like the one who never goes partying, and he does that one time, and it's like, yeah, comes out of his shell.
And collapses to the ground every
Totally.
time. And I wonder if any of you are going to comment on the fact that he does smell like butter.
Ew.
Yeah, well, he's had several showers since he's been back, fortunately. So,
I don't think it's working.
we'll see.
So do we
He's
have
not
like
sure
a
if it's worked
main?
either, so.
Do we have like a main objective right now? As to what
No.
we should be
I don't-
doing?
I don't think so.
No, not really.
Well, I say we scan and see if there's any jobs available.
Yeah, I can put our little beacon on.
Yeah.
David, is there any way you'd rather not go as your character, Fred?
Well, he's just kind of cowered in the corner, and you ask him where he wants to be. He points, like, he says away from Black Star.
Okay. And does he know where Black Star is based at the moment? Is it?
All right.
Or does he not know at all?
So, you have a full tank of gas, full tank of fuel. So where do you want to go?
Caesar's going to turn on our little beacon that allows us to detect whether there's any jobs or not. And then...
You're in hyperspace at the moment, so you can't. You said no one will catch
We'll
it.
do that when we land.
Yeah, as soon as you get anywhere, you can. Yeah.
So where is Relic on the map?
It is this here.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Okay. What's that one?
Dean.
Is that the other?
Yeah, sorry.
Does FR57 have any idea where he where the lab he was at was? Because I figure he was mostly just running away.
On the galaxy map, no, you would have no idea whatsoever.
But do I know the name of, like, to tell them the name of the planet?
Yeah, you can do.
Okay.
Yeah, I tell them that I was at, that planet. Give it a name, man.
I was gonna say, if you guys aren't opposed, I remember Dean saying something about a mission for Shurik to kind of investigate his family name and that sort of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't have anything going on, I wouldn't mind doing that.
Yeah.
Sounds better than. Sounds like a plan. Yeah.
Yep,
Better than
yep.
nothing.
Yeah, sounds.
I guess we'll head to Sovitar space then.
How do you draw circles again?
With all
Alt, I think it is.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna put relic. Here. That's not circle. What the fuck?
The hold down Alt. Well, you do draw shape, then hold down Alt.
That's what I just did.
Well,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
Like, it works for me.
Draw shape. Hold down Alt. Can we get rid of those? Because then I'm not going to know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
There you go.
So,
Okay. Right. So that's relic. And I'm going to say these are all points of interest. So when eventually you do turn your thing on Caesar, you pinging these are on the galaxy-wide web, you know.
this one was relic.
Yeah. All right.
do you want...
So
Shurika, are you okay with heading Hermes, or...?
What was that?
Oh no, where's, which one's Sevatar space? Where would you want to
It's
head?
the bottom right.
The bottom right. The fire.
Right, to Oh, we've been to Vanguard before, so we can probably head there. Actually.
Did we have a bad
Dean,
environment ban?
yeah,
I was gonna say, where was the mission located for
on Tacton.
on Tacton? Okay, so yeah, if we can head there, and
Okay.
get that
Do that
going.
then.
And we're here, so that's a long ways.
That is a long way.
Mhm.
Okay, well,
We might want to do something on the way. We're probably gonna have to stop for fuel at least.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, like we should be able to get to Apollo in one fuel run. Then we can sort of stop over at this on the way to Vanguard. Then refuel on Vanguard. Then go on to Tacton.
Yeah, like I'm not saying let's do it now, but like if we can, have that be an objective to go do, like you said, be like do stuff on the way, but head down.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool.
Okay. Should we...
I guess
Head
let's
to
head to
Apollo,
Apollo
like,
first. So that's 1, 2, 3 jumps.
Okay. Yeah, so just do your jumps. Yeah. Yeah.
3.
Okay. So yeah, you're in transit, and so you can all just like go around the ship. Who's gonna show subject FR057 around the ship?
He's basically
probably-
kind of following Mara
probably-
around, really.
Okay.
He's like, you're one of the people he finds less threatening. Alice just, while not threatening, just kind of looks weird to him, confusing. Not
Because of the-
being in armor is confusing him.
Oh, and oh wait, no, you weren't in the room. Never mind. I was gonna say the relic thing probably didn't help, like people calling her a prophet and stuff.
No, he would have freaked out from that.
Okay.
A good way to make Shirk seem less threatening is to maybe go by his room as he's like showering and singing Celine Dion or whatever. Whoever it is.
So where is everyone?
Yeah.
Mara, where are you? You're on the
I
bridge.
think. Well, yeah, I'm driving right now, so.
Get rid of all this stuff.
Yeah, I guess now that we're by Apollo now, right?
Yeah.
So I could probably take a break and like show him to where his room will be and stuff. Which will
Okay.
probably be Shirk's old room since Shirk took Alistair's old room.
Son of a bitch.
You haven't seen what they did to your body, dude. There's,
And all your stuff. Yeah.
Well, but
I thought all my
that
stuff
was-
burned.
No, it went out the airlock. Your body is what burned.
And all my gear. Luckily, you guys can have any of my money.
Yeah, you melted into the chair, so we used the chair. You know what? That's another thing. I'm gonna buy a chair. I need a new pilot.
When you get to
Yeah.
Apollo.
Yeah. So we used the chair that you melted into as fuel for the fire to try and burn you. But then we ended up having to just throw you out the back airlock and into the thrusters.
There wasn't much left to burn.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So I'm guessing his room will be on the, Shirk's old room, wherever that was.
yeah.
Bottom
The second
level
Yeah.
on the left, I think.
Yeah, whichever one isn't Caesar's or Alice's.
So I'm gonna put all of you on the. We'll start here, and you can all tell me where you're gonna go from there. So where are you all gonna be? What are you all gonna do?
Shirk's gonna take a shower.
Okay. Well, in the CIC. Oh no, you're not throwing yourself there. That's good. So you're going to take a shower. So that would be your room, which is down here.
That's my old room.
Oh yeah. Forgot.
Never got deleted. Mine was on the first floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Mara, you're done. You're in transit now, so you don't need to do much flying. So you can
Okay.
do whatever you want now.
All right, so I guess. Oh wait, what am I doing? Okay, so I was on the bridge with,
Hyphen.
hyphen. Yeah.
57.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna, okay, this is the bridge, and the CIC, explain
Yeah.
what everything is, I guess, and this is the gun. Yeah.
This is the gun.
My gun.
So yeah, this
The one
is
guy.
this is Shirk's room.
Yeah, you can actually hear like a "Never gonna give you up, never gonna give you up," and then you see like a shower going in there, and it's just him just going.
Yeah.
He's like just loving it.
Yeah, he's an interesting one, that guy. And then this is my room. And
Just take the elevator down, and you can go to the.
yeah, it's about all there is up here, so let's show you to your room. Alright, so
I guess we haven't been to this floor in a
Oh,
while. But
nope.
it's still here.
yeah. Yeah. So this is Alice's room.
Oh yeah, shit, I need to get rid of that, don't I?
Yeah.
Goodbye, Monas.
And this is
Oh, money.
Caesar's bedroom. And this is your bedroom.
What's the bedroom?
Huh?
I'm peering around the
Oh.
corner. What's the bedroom?
It's where you sleep.
Gonna kind of tentatively walk in, look around. And then he's gonna kind of like go into the corner and sit down.
Alright, so yeah, this is your space on the ship. If you ever want to be by yourself or sleep or whatever, then yeah. This is your space.
Do you want to like ask anything else about him, or are you just gonna go?
He's kind of like looking around, but like sat kind of in the corner.
Are you alright? What are you doing?
I don't know.
Oh. Well, that is a good answer, I guess. Okay. Well, yeah, engine room and all that stuff is on the next floor down. Blah, blah, blah. That's where Caesar works, and yeah. Oh, yeah, what can you do
Okay.
on the ship?
Oh, hold on, Dean. Can I know that the shields react to channelers.
Yep.
So I don't know because he's been on ships before, but he's never actually taken a part in it. But
Yeah.
would he have any idea that he could do anything with the shield?
Well, actually, you can do two things. You can fly shuttles, and you're pretty quick. And also, the AI on this ship is actually alive. So you can use channeling to boost its power, as well as the shields.
Oh yeah, I'm sure when I was flying here, I introduced him to Silas.
Yeah. Silas is just like, yeah, hey dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I just what she asks what I can do on the ship. I'm just gonna kind of use a bit of channeling power to kind of interact with Silas a bit. I'd say I could do this, just not sure exactly what I'm doing.
Did you introduce Silas as the ship's AI, or did you leave that information out?
I don't know. I probably just said this is Silas.
So you don't know it's an AI yet. You just think it's another crew member that you haven't met.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Well, I'll do something with the shields just so that there's something I've done.
Yeah. And then you get somebody on the intercom's like, ooh, that tickles. And you carry on.
And I'm just gonna kind of stop suddenly, what?
Who was it?
That was Silas.
Silas? Oh, that's creepy. Okay. Alright. So you're a channeler.
If you say so.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's good. Do that if we're ever in danger. You can help with our shields. Sounds good. Alright, I'm gonna head back up to the bridge, so, I'll see you later.
He starts following you as you're heading out. You picked up a lost puppy. Congratulations.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
So, Caesar, what are you doing on the CSE?
Hello.
You just surfing the web, or you just...
I'm just chilling out, playing Pac-Man, surfing the web, whatever I can, really. Just kind of bored at the moment.
You surf the web looking for your names, just as you always do it, as just checking what news there is on you. And you actually find that the APB that was out on you by Blackstar is actually gone. You're no longer wanted anywhere for any crimes, any of you.
That's cool.
So.
Okay.
That's big news.
I'll go around to the bridge.
Yeah, that's not small news.
Yeah, no. Caesar was quite impressed with that. Hey, Mara. I think our APBs are out from Blackstar. We got chased by them and we were wanted. Well, I can't see anything on here.
Really?
It's great news. Yeah, I don't know. I can't see anything. I've checked 3 times. And
That's good, but that's very odd. I wonder.
I don't know. Maybe it has
why.
something to do with our friend here. Maybe, I don't know. Fred? Do they know you've gone? I mean, were you important to Blackstar?
He's just kind of confused, shakes his head, and sort of mumbles out, I don't know. He's kind of curled into the corner right now.
Always the helpful one. Okay. Well, I'll see. I'll tell him to become just to see if we can get any jobs on the way. I know we've got some come up already, but yeah, I think we're out of the woods with them, which is good. So yeah, I'll leave that information with you, and I'll just. Caesar's going to walk back to CIC and continue what he was doing, and wait for the others to come up before telling them. He doesn't want to kind of disturb them in their private time.
Okay.
So.
Sounds good. Anything else that anyone wants to do?
No.
Really?
I've got that. I got that sort of stick from that law keeper. What was it that sort of he said would explain backstory?
Oh yeah.
Stuff. Yeah. I'll be sort of in my
Here, have some.
room looking through that.
What was it? Here, have some exposition. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, you can go and slide that into the slot, and have a little.
Mhm.
Basically, the face of Stan comes up on the screen in your cabin, and basically says, "Well, thanks for trusting me and going to Relic. I know that couldn't have been easy." Says, "Oh, and enjoy the moped. Her hotness has treated me well in many dimensions and many times." Like he says, "I'm gonna tell you a lot of things that are gonna be quite, how should I say, hard for you to hear." And he basically comes out and says, I'm sure you can understand that I'm not a normal person. In fact, I'm a pain in the backside, depending on who you ask, but I'm actually Alahara. I'm part of a race of beings that wiped the galaxy clean of the Empire of Earth aeons ago. But during that conflict, I took pity on those who we were annihilating and taking back to our own dimension as slaves and fodder, and joined them in their fight against my own kind. Your kind call my kind a vanguard or a deep rider, not a deep rider, yeah, or a dead rider, you know. And I'm actually gonna leave it in. That's actually what he says, or a deep rider, or a dead rider. Sorry, I just don't know what came over me there. Because, and I elected to when they, of course, we lost our war, and when my kin went back to their own dimension, I stayed behind. I stayed behind after the Holocaust to give humans hope. I travelled from world to world in lonely, desolate isolation. Of course, I wasn't called Stan back then. I was just Alahara, and I was on my own. This is the most. I don't know. This you can tell this is recorded long before this has happened. And so he says, I walked the galaxies, and they echoed in emptiness, and I steadily grew mad in my loneliness. After so many millennia had passed, I left a score of children to different partners from the races that had grown in the wake of the galactic annihilation. These children would always be connected to me somehow. And I finally gave over my life force to awaken their powers that were in them, within my blood. And you, Alice, are one of my children, or one of the descendants of one of my children. So, over the great many years that have passed since then, the people of the Cradle have grown and prospered once more, which is good, and my spirit has waned and fragmented. My descendants now only gain random touches of my power, and many are driven to madness, and indeed, only when one of these children, one of these shards of my being dies, do they regain any semblance of sanity, which is how I'm able to record this and make sure it ends up in one of the hands of one of my sure to be insane cult followers from Relic. He sort of has a look of shame on his face. He says, but my spirit endures, and I can sense something coming. I can sense the return of my kind once more. And so, I'm ashamed to say that it was me who led you and your crew to the altar itself. It was me who led you to the only ship that could have any chance of shutting the way for the vanguards to come back. So that is all that I've got time for right now. I'm due to a meeting with Yahweh and a few other gods. We're going to get together and have play a game of dice. So yeah, good luck, kiddo. And switches the thing off.
Well, there are a couple of important points there.
He's just random talk to the crowd. Well, lots to think about there. And then he gets up more down.
Yeah. Yeah. I like I suppose because it was sort of recorded, sort of that. It, like I don't know whether Alice is the sort of last descendant or sort of one of many. Or
Yeah, you have no idea. Yeah, you didn't. You didn't say.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
All right. So, anyone else want to do anything?
No.
No, I think we're just going to continue on our way down.
Actually, I want to buy a pilot chair.
You come out of FTL above Apollo, and it's many differing satellite stations that sell things, so you don't need to land on the planet because they try to keep the planet itself free of pollution and things like that. So they don't want any ships landing. So you can dock. You have to roll to dock.
Oh, okay. Oh god.
You just slam into the side of the station, and your shields take a bit of a pounding, and people inside, the guy inside says, "Are you all right out there? Just try not to scratch the paintwork, okay?"
Sorry.
I think I would, when I start feeling the shields give away, I would try to reinforce them.
Yeah, okay. Says, "Okay, why don't you try that again? All right. I know you probably haven't been flying for long, sweetheart, but just give it your best shot, or go and get a man to do it." "Oh no, you're okay. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine."
Fuck off.
Yeah, you can tell this is like a jittery old man on the side of the. He's like, "In you go. Yep, you're docked. See, it wasn't so hard, was it?" You just like switch off the intercom, like fucking disgusted.
I can't punch him through the intercom, Alice.
Worth a try.
Plus, he's a really, really old man. I don't think I'd actually go there.
Yeah.
Alright. So, time to find me a chair.
Yeah, you can go on Shippers-On, which is like Amazon, but for ships.
Okay.
And look on the what's available on the station.
And, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this over comms. I'm gonna say, hey, Caesar and Shirk, you guys owe Alice and me 375 credits each for parts. Just throwing that out there.
Okay.
I only have 205 credits, so
It's okay. I'll cover you, Shirk. It's okay.
Okay,
We're
so
off
that's
partying, so
750 total. 375 for me, 375 for Alice.
Okay.
Yep.
How much did you have, Shirk?
I have 205 credits.
Okay, so pay all of that, and I'll pay the rest of it, which is
Alright. I
have
actually-
no credits.
Okay. So I still don't have a lot of money, even after they paid me back. So how much are chairs on Shippers-On or whatever?
That'd be about 150 credits for like a really
Oh,
good
okay.
one.
Okay, then I'll just pay that.
Alright, so you've now got this like plush, like deep leather seat that just hugs you as you sit there. You don't ever want to get out of it.
Yay.
And it's delivered to your
Alright.
bridge and it's fitted into the floor, so it like spins around and that sort of thing.
Okay, and we're gonna need to get fuel at some point, but I think we're all pretty broke. So,
Yeah.
how are we on fuel right now? We were full when we left Relic, but what's it like now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're nearly empty.
Okay, so let's look for work.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, I think Caesar and
Okay.
Shirk should look for work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they should. They should.
Like that.
We'll
grind.
Stay on the ship and party.
Yeah.
No, hey, Alice. When they leave, let's find their keg. Payback.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, we have. Fine, whatever. Alright,
Spike it
yeah.
with a laxative.
Shurik's gonna get up and go look for work.
Cool. Caesar's gonna go as well.
So what's subject FR57 going to do?
He's still sort of following Mara around because he's still not comfortable enough with the others. Because the only person who's actually tried to talk to him is, well, Caesar and Shirk have both like demanded information off of him more than actually spoken to him. So he's still mostly just following Mara around, and Alice has just kind of wandered off every time. So he's only comfortable around Mara, and he's still kind of freaked out by the like. He still doesn't know where this Silas person is because he hasn't seen him yet. So yeah, he's gonna follow Mara off because he doesn't want the Silas person to sneak up onto him on the ship.
Okay. So Shurek and Caesar, you step out the airlock and you are now on the station. What you want to do?
Okay. Well, let's head to the pub.
Let's do it.
So
you
you guys find like a cantina bar, yeah, it's there, and it's quite full. Like people are just drinking and carousing, having a good time, that sort of thing. And they're mostly like miners and spacers and traders, things like that. We were on different ships who come in.
Okay.
Caesar's gonna head over to the announcement board, the main terminal, and see whether anyone's flagged anything up for them that we should go see.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4 jobs around Apollo at the moment that are a couple of jumps away. That you could go to.
Okay. What's the one with the biggest price tag?
The one with the biggest price tag would be by Vanguard, and it's to raid a Vanguard shipment depot and steal a load of weapons, schematics, and different types of weapons.
Okay. Caesar will probably tell Shurek about that, and yeah, I'm quite happy to do that, Shurek. I mean, we're pretty broke at the moment after our party and the ship breaking and everything. So
they've offered to cover all ship expenses, so whilst you're doing the job. So
that's a bonus as well. Cool. Okay, and we definitely need that. So
there are another 3. Whether you want to go for them, it's up to you.
What level are these missions? Like how dangerous are they?
Well, the Vanguard one would be quite dangerous because they're a big corporation who generally specialise in soldiery and defence, and they're actually in the Sevatar kingdoms as well. But that would, but they're also, it's a shipment, so it's not like you're not raiding their planet or anything. You're just waylaying a shipment, and you're actually doing that for Corinth Enterprises, which is another firm, another defense firm.
Okay. And what's that paying, Dean?
That would be 150,000 credits.
Okay.
Total?
Total.
Okay.
What about the next one down then, I guess? Because that's more than I expected.
The next one down is 80,000 credits, and that's simply to take people from one planet to another. That's going from the planet Feiston over to the planet Prometheus. They're not covering your fuel, so you'd have to pay for your own fuel, and that'll be 80,000 credits, and they'd need to about 30 people in your ship, so it'd literally be standing room only for a while during transit. But
how many jumps away are they from each other?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 jumps.
Okay.
Does anyone know the average what it costs to fill up the ship? I know it changes, but
average mean is about 50,000, isn't it?
50,000. So we're not going to come out with very much for that one.
Yeah, I'm not all that excited about that one. They don't cover expenses. It doesn't sound exciting enough for us.
Yeah.
So cool. Okay. I guess we'll go and see the guys about the first one then. Was it Corinth Enterprises or something?
Yeah. Hang on a minute.
If you're happy to do that, Shirk.
There are other jobs. There are other jobs. I'll throw you all on there. So you two.
Okay.
protection.
The assassination job only comes through for high priority users, and it literally just says, you've got to go to this location to receive information on your job. But everyone knows who's a merc knows that's pretty shady, and that's like assassination. And that's 100,000 credits for that one. The protection one is also 100,000 credits.
Protection from what? Does it mention?
No. They want to meet and then talk about the job.
Okay.
The assassination and the protection people are on the station. And the stealing weapons, the current people have one on the station too, and the pickup are just waiting there to be picked up.
I guess we could do. I mean, assassination seems a little bit too far out of our way. Like we could do protection.
Right next to us, and
it is. Yeah,
it's
not too bad.
It sounds a little less dangerous than the stealing weapons one.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Okay, let's go and see them then.
Okay.
Link. That's okay.
You go up to, it's like a charity basically.
Okay.
Called Equal Start. That's what it's called. Equal Start.
Right.
And they show you into their offices on the station. And they all seem to be very in suits and wearing nice clothes, and they all seem to be very pleasant. And you're led in by a Keratan woman who says, she just like clicks into some PR machine and says, Mr. Eusebius, there's some mercenaries here to see you about the job. Okay, I'll show them in. And she said, come this way, please. And she has like a file, clutched to her chest, and she walks you in, opens the door, and you see like a Sevatar sitting there at a desk with an immaculate suit on, just writing over some report, and he has a massive window behind him that just looks out onto the void, and the stars just twinkles behind him as he's sitting there.
We saw your announcement. I have to say we're interested in the job. It's looks like quite a good one, and not too far from here. So, what can you tell us about it?
He says,
anything we should know?
So, I'll take a seat.
Okay.
Dean, I have a question, real quick. For one of my skills, I have Merc Reputation. Would that help us at all here?
It will if you bring up who you are.
Okay.
So basically, he says, take a seat. He says, the job I have posted is quite a simple one. You need to protect the woman that just walked you into this room. I want her to go to the planet of Saiyan in the Sarayan Commonwealth. Mm-hmm. She's going to try and she's there to speak at a few rallies for basically equal right for all races of all kinds. And Saiyan is playing host to the tri-annual Unity Ball, which is going to be a huge shindig where everyone's going to try and get together and promote interspecies cooperation. But obviously there are lots of people out there who don't want this to happen, there are lots of people out there who thrive on suspicion and other, everything that we stand against. So we would like you to go there. Her board your ship, you go there, you protect her for the duration of the festivities, and then you bring her back safe and sound to Apollo.
Okay.
We'll cover all your expenses, obviously, during the trip. Fuel there and back, and food.
Obviously.
How much does the job pay?
100,000 credits.
100,000 credits? Do you know who we are?
He says, I have no idea, no, sorry.
I'm Shurik Tulak from Tacton, and this is Caesar Maiden.
He's heard of Shurik, and he's sort of heard of Caesar. He's like, oh. Says, do you have identification to confirm this, or?
I do. I'm gonna hand him my military ID.
He says, I'll 125,000 for the job. For your expertise.
Well, you're getting the best with us.
I should hope so. Yes.
Okay, sounds like a deal.
Yeah, Miss Lucia is very dear to all of us. She's one of our greatest advocates, so it'd be good, and it's priceless having a Keratan on our books for promoting the message of cooperation.
Well,
That's fine. You can be assured that she'll get there safe and sound, and there won't be any trouble, or at least we'll keep her out of the way of it.
Okay. He says, "Well, I thank you very much, gentlemen. I'll have your records put into the books that you're escorting Miss Lucia to Sayan, and I wish you a pleasant journey. I'll see you in I'd say about 5 days."
Very well. Thank you for your business, and Caesar's going to leave with that.
Okay.
Get up to live.
Cool.
Sure, it's okay to do that. And I guess
He gives you an account card and says if you need to pay for fuel or provisions, use that card. You won't be able to pay for anything else with it; it'll automatically decline. But for any fuel or food, or expenses for Miss Lucia, then you apply it on that card.
well, we will be sure to do that. Thank you.
No problem. And he lets you go. I'm going to delete the other jobs because they. Obviously this is timed. This is real time, so they're not going to be available next time around.
Okay.
okay.
Let's get rid of these. Give me a second.
Guess we'll head back to the ship, shall we, sure? Unless you want to.
We
and get a
need
drink.
fuel. We need fuel. And
do
since
need
we
fuel.
have the card, we can go get fuel. Let's calm to the others and ask how we are on food supplies.
Okay.
Okay. Mara, can you hear me?
Yes.
How are we on food supplies?
I'm gonna check. We bought supplies a couple sessions ago, didn't we? And it was supposed to last 5 sessions.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You're about halfway down.
We have enough to. Yeah. We have enough to last us for a little while. We have about half the supplies we did.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, one of this job that we accepted, they're going to cover all of our expenses as far as food, supplies, fuel. So might as well fill up now.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So Caesar and I are going to go.
Awesome.
Yeah, Caesar and I are going to go grab that, and we'll explain more on the ship as to what we're doing.
Okay.
All right. So I'm just going to say.
Is the lady with us?
Yeah, she's got you come around the corner and she's there. She's very beautiful and she's as I said a Keratan woman. She's got these she got a immaculate suit on and she has like a coat thrown over her arm and she has like a carry. The suitcases that you pull along, one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got one of those and she's very businesslike and she says. So I'm assuming I'm following you to your ship?
Yes, you are. I'm sure, and I'm gonna hold out my hand, shake her hand, and say, "Nice to meet you."
Yes, Lucia Davron at your. It's my pleasure. All my pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Caesar's gonna outright ignore her.
Okay.
He's standing a little bit away from her as well.
And your companion is.
Okay.
What was that? I could barely hear you.
She says, "And your companion is? Who is this?"
This is Caesar. He takes some warming up, but he's a good guy.
I have the utmost respect for your trade, and I hear that your ship is an example of interspecies communication and harmony, which I look forward to seeing. That's what we stand for here.
Yeah, our ship's whatever you just said. It's a good ship. It's a good ship.
Caesar's gonna actively chuckle at her remark about that.
She says, "Well, shall we get going?"
We need to pick up fuel and supplies, but yes, let's get going.
Okay. And then she follows you. She just follows you.
And we're gonna go grab fuel and food and everything.
That's fine. That's fine. Because you don't need to barter for it. You don't care how much
Exactly.
money you're spending.
It's on.
You can just throw it on.
It's on there.
Yeah.
Yep.
You just go straight back to the
We'll head
ship.
back to the ship. Yes.
All right.
Yeah, do that.
So you guys get onto the ship, and will we have time to carry on and do the mission? Because we're already at like 2 hours. We can get there. We can get there definitely. So we can get to the planet at least. So are you going to introduce Lucia to the?
Yes. Guys, if you can gather around real quick. This here is Lucia. We're going to be protecting her. We're going to escort her to the planet Saiyan. Protect her while she's there and doing... What was it that you were doing?
She says, I'm speaking at 3 conferences over 2 days.
Yeah, she's speaking to people. So we're gonna watch her speak to people, make sure she's okay, and then we're gonna take her back. 125,000 credits. Are you guys in so much awe that you cannot respond?
Yeah, Mara's,
Job is too good to be true.
Mara's just gonna go back to the bridge and start. Yeah, I have Keraton racism too, but it's very mild.
Yeah.
Why do you
So-
all?
Oh, okay. Well, they stole my sister. Like that's my reason anyway.
I just think they're very arrogant in general. Like they kind of treat everyone like they're better than them.
Caesar likes you a little bit more because of that, Mara. He didn't know that about you. But, Alice, do you respond to this woman, or were you just kind of ignoring her because she's competition to you?
No. I'll sort of introduce myself, sort of shake her hand and what have you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, all right, let's get to it and go back to the bridge. Just kind of ignore her.
She basically says,
Sure. Okay, go ahead.
She basically says, "Oh yes, hello. It's good to meet you all. Good to meet you all. Where is my room? And do I have a room? I should hope so."
Well, I don't think we have any extras, but if you'd like, you can take my room and I'll bunk elsewhere.
Yeah, I think you do. Do you have a spare bedroom? You can buy a bed whilst you're here, and put it in another room if you want.
The only free space we have is the cargo hold, I think.
No. It's 2 rooms.
Did Caesar actually say that? I hope so.
We can put bed there. I mean, yes, Caesar would actually say that. Let's say he said that.
He's like, well, considering I'm paying you 125,000 credits, I don't think a cargo hold will quite suffice. I need somewhere to repair my work.
Shurik's gonna say, "Oh, nonsense. She's not gonna sleep in the cargo hold," because Shurik's obviously attracted to her. She can take my room.
Are you sure you? She's just gonna wake up with like, who's in bed with me? Are you sure you do have 2 spare rooms on the main deck? They're just empty.
Nonsense. My room's already set up. You'll be fine.
He's like, I see.
Sounds very creepy.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Shurik. I will take good care of your room.
That's no problem at all.
Can you show me to the room, or I'd like to get started on my work
of
straight
course.
away.
Of course. They're gonna walk over.
This whole time, FR57 semi-hiding behind Mara, as you guys had this discussion, then followed her out.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess we're still on the bridge then.
I think the last thing we'll do for this session is we will have Mara do the honors of jumping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 jumps.
7.
Yep.
Okay.
And don't double.
Don't double.
No.
Don't roll a crit.
Oh God.
Remember what happens when you
that-
roll a crit?
See, this is
I
how
thought-
it feels
I
being a
didn't think
channeler.
that was. I didn't think that was any crit. I thought it was just like a 99.
No.
But okay.
This is what it feels like being a channeler. Welcome.
Let's go. 1,
Okay.
2,
Yeah,
3,
that's fine.
4,
Yeah.
5.
Reroll.
5.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
7.
Okay. So yeah, you make it to Saiyan, and the ship. We'll end the session with the ship in transit, so you can all role play next session at the start, just wandering around your ship, just in transit.
Okay.
Alright.
Cool.
Sounds good.
There we are. We might do a longer session next time. I think maybe
Yep.
Okay.
because there's lots to do.
Get the ball right.
This was interesting. It was all basically roleplay, so that was
Yeah.
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't fight at all, actually.
No. Well, those are some of the best sessions
Just
we did.
weird for us.
Yeah.
I figured you could all do with a break, but it sort of happened in the story as well, where we needed to do this bit. So.
Mhm.
Yeah, you guys do meet subject to R57.
Mhm.
Well, I
Are we
just
all
remember
calling him
how
different
well
things?
mission.
I like how I kind of did his name in a way that there was an easy one to pick out, but you all just kind of went with random shit.
What
It's
was what were you having?
What was the
about?
obvious thing?
Look at it.
Oh, Frost.
Yeah.
Frost. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
Yeah.
I prefer rank.
Frost.
I prefer hyphen. You know.
Yeah, you're 57.
He's going to be very, very confused when people are calling him different
He's
things.
Fred, sure. He's Fred.
You see, he's not even entirely sure what's up with the names, because you guys haven't used your names really much, except for just now introducing them. So he's not quite sure what these are.
I'm surprised that we didn't cotton on to the fact that we've just sort of just adopted a basket case. And like,
I mean, I'm
like
obviously paranoid, and I don't really know much about the world. But yeah, no, he's kind of. We haven't actually had an opportunity to see. He's actually like semi-schizophrenic, which will.
Yeah.
yeah, like
Oh, goody.
I couldn't tell if everyone sort of was like either ignoring it or sort of too polite to point it out. So
Like, okay then.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think.
It's.
Yeah. Oh, I was just gonna say. I
He's
think
just a
Mark
case of fun.
kind of gets it a little bit. Like, she doesn't like people either, but like not to the extreme that your character.
Yeah.
So like she kind of gets it. It's like how she feels, but magnified by a lot.
It's gonna become a lot more apparent when we're actually out on missions and having to deal with people.
Yeah.
That's what things are gonna get very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. I think Caesar and Shura can't really just kind of ignored him till now because he hasn't been a problem yet, if that makes sense. Like he was needed to get off Relic and it just hasn't come up otherwise.
Yeah.
We've just been doing our own thing.
You guys kind of just forgot about him in transit.
Yeah.
You're all off doing your own thing.
I wonder if like
If stuff is
he's
like,
a schizo. If he's schizo, whether he'll be a completely different character in the next session. He's been like some mental. We'll see.
I'm still trying to develop what his other,
Well,
whether or not he's actually going to have full-on personalities or just be slightly different. I haven't quite decided that yet, but I'll decide as the things go.
Cool. Alright, well I think we can leave it there. So we'll say goodbye to Twitch.
Yeah.
Goodbye Twitch.
Bye-bye.
Right.
Bye.
See you next week.
Bye.